Good morning, students. In our today's session, I'm going to teach you a prose called Tight Corners, written by E.V. Lucas. The author E.V. Lucas was an English essayist, playwright, poet, and novelist. Take page number 104 in your book. Yes. The talk was running on the critical situations in which we had found ourselves, those of us whose lives were adventurous enough to comprise any. So, this is how the prose starts. Now, let us look at the title of this prose, Tight Corners, and understand the meaning. What do you know about the title of this prose, Tight Corners? What do you know about it? Actually, it is an idiom, which means that, what do you mean by tight corners? It denotes a difficult situation. Either it may be physical or mental, but it denotes a difficult situation. Okay. The talk was running on the critical situation in which we had found ourselves. So the people are talking about their critical situation. What was their experience in that sort of situation? One man had been caught by the tide in Brittany and escaped by the skin of his teeth. Another had been on an elephant when a wounded tiger charged at it. A third had been on the top story of a burning house. A fourth was torpedoed in the war. So there are difficult experiences. It may vary from person to person. Am I right? So one person was caught by the tide in Brittany. What do you know about Brittany? Brittany is a region on the coast of northwest France. Okay. So he was caught by the tide and he escaped luckily in the last minute. So what was the experience of another person? Yes. When he was on the elephant, he was, when a wounded tiger charged. So his experience, his tight corner, his experience, what kind of experience he had? Critical situation was very much different from others. Okay. What about the experience of the third person? He was on the topmost floor. Okay, top story of a burning house. How the entire building is burning, and he is at the topmost floor of that building. The fourth was torpedoed in the wall. So he was attacked in the wall. So each and everyone, they are sharing their experiences about tight corners. Okay. But you all thought, said one of the company, as though tight corners were always physical affairs, surely they can be tighter when they are mental. The tightest corner I was ever in was at Christie. So everyone is asked to share their experience about the tight corners, and each and everyone give their views and share their experiences too. So just they consider that most of their experiences are purely based on physical tight corners, whereas our narrator's experience, his critical situation is based on mental tight corner. Okay. The tightest corner I was ever in was at Christie's. Okay, it is a place. Okay, it is what do you say? It is a shop. Okay, Christie's. Yes, I had been launching rather well at a club in St. James Street with an old friend from abroad, and passing along King Street afterwards, then he persuaded me to look in at the sale room. So Christie is a sale room where they are selling something. They are doing some auction sale. Okay. So he goes there with his friend. Okay, he crosses when they passes the street called King Street. He has been compelled by his friend to go inside the sale room of Christie's. Okay, Christie's is a place where they sell things. Actually, the sale is purely auction sale. Okay, the place was full. They were selling Barbizon pictures and getting tremendous sums for each. 2,000, 3,000 little bits of things for a scene, schools at evening, shepherd dress, the regular objects. Actually, now they come to see that they are selling pictures. What kind of pictures they are selling there? Barbizon picture. What do you know about it? It is mid-19th century French landscape paintings painted by the painters. Okay. So here they are selling each and every picture for a great amount, for tremendous sum. Okay. The picture, no, what kind of picture they are? It's about forests, pools, shepherdess, and other things, sceneries and all. Okay. Next, nothing went for 3 figures at all. Well, we watched for a little while, and then I found myself bidding 2 just for fun. So they initially these 2 friends, they are watching, narrator and his friends, they are watching what they are doing. They are selling the picture. It is only purely action scene, and people now they are selling the pictures of Barbizon pictures. What kind of themes they have? So they are watching each and everything, and after a while, the narrator he wants to take part in that bidding. Okay. I had exactly 63 pounds in the bank and had not enough securities to borrow 500 on. And here I was nodding away to the auctioneer like a blatocrat. Actually, this is a term. Blatocrat is a term which is coined by the author E.V. Lucas in this work. So actually, it is a combination of 2 different words: blotted aristocrat. Blotted aristocrat, and he combines these 2 to form the new term blatocrat. Okay. So here he wants to take part in that bidding. What? How much amount he has? He has only 63 pounds in the bank. He has only 63 pounds in the bank and not enough securities to borrow 500 on. So he's not having, no, if he wants to go for any loan and all, he's not able to provide any sort of securities to move further. So he's not able to get any sort of loan from the bank. Okay. And he is not having any amount in his pocket. Okay. I was nodding away to auction like that, but he's not having enough money to take part in that bidding, and he behaves like a rich person. Okay. You will get part, my friend said to me. No, I shall not. I said, I'm not going to run any risk. So his friend, no, he only makes him go inside that bidding hall, auction hall, but he takes his own decision to take part in that bidding. So his friend advises him not to take part in that bidding, but the narrator, he wants to take any sort of challenges. He wants to face any sort of risks in his life. And for a long time I did. And then a picture was put up, and a short red-faced man in a new top hat, some well-known dealer who had bought quite a number, electrified the room by starting the bidding at a figure a little higher than any that he had yet given or that anything had reached. So just he's waiting for the right moment to take part in that bidding. No, he has decided to be a part of that bidding, but he's waiting for the right moment, and he has found the same. So there is a what is that? A picture was put up under a short red-faced man in a new top hat. So they are showing a picture, and a dealer, no, he is a famous, well-known dealer, and he shocks everyone by that bidding amount. He is announcing amount which is nearly shocking each and everybody. Okay, because that is the highest amount of that day. Although the previous lots had run into 4 figures, they had all been modestly started at 50 guineas or 100 guineas, with a gradual crescendo to which I had often been safely contributing. So initially, even though you have seen various pictures selling for 4 figures, but initially they have started the same way, 50 guineas or 100 guineas, and at last it reached the maximum. But he has started the bidding at the highest amount, highest amount. But they have reached a maximum, okay, with a slow progress towards the climax. I had often been safely contributing, but no sooner was the new picture displayed than the dealer made a sensational bid. 4,000 guineas, he said. So what is the amount told by him? 4,000 guineas. Initial amount he is bidding 4,000 guineas. There was a rustle of excitement, and at the end of it, I heard my own voice saying and 50. So just people know they are making a, what do you say, soft, muffled, crackling sound. They are talking over it. How he has started, he has told a very big amount of what kind of bidding it is going to be, who will win in that bidding. So they are having a conversation over that. Okay, a terrible silence followed, and the narrator, he has increased the amount further by telling 50. What do you mean by that? And his quotas, yes, plus 50. 4,050 guineas. Am I right? Yes. A terrible silence followed, during which the auctioneer looked inquiringly first at the opener and then at the company generally. So nobody is increasing the amount further. The initial person, no, he has told the amount as 4,000 guineas, and our narrator, he has increased the amount 4,050 guineas, and apart from that, nobody is opening their mouth. Nobody is telling, nobody is increasing the amount. So that actually he's looking at looking at persons cautiously. Now, who is going to increase the amount? Who is going to bid further? To my surprise and horror, the red-faced dealer gave no sign of life. So he expects that man will increase the amount further. That is why, because he has no amount in his pocket. No. So, but what is the purpose of taking part in that bidding? To have some fun, to enjoy the moment. But he expects that person will increase the amount further, but he is not giving any sort of signal. I realize now, as I ought to have done at first, that he had shot his bow. So he thinks that he should have taken part in the bidding as the first announcer of the amount. But now he has become the second person, and he thinks that that person has achieved his maximum. He had shot his gold. What do you mean by that? It's also an idiom. He has announced his highest amount, so he will not increase it further. Okay, 4,050 guineas offered, said the auctioneer, again searching the room. So again, finally, they are ready to give the picture for 4,050 guineas for our narrator. Okay, my heart stopped, my blood congealed. There was no sound but a curious smothered noise from my friend. So he just know, he doesn't feel that he has an active heart. He says that his blood congealed. What do you mean by that? His blood, is thickened as if frozen. Okay, there was no sound but a curious smothered noise from my friend. So he's not able to hear any sort of sound from his surrounding except the suppressed sound of his friend. 4,050 guineas, any advance on 4,050 guineas, and the hammer fell. So they are asking for any, if he is able to pay the advance amount for that bidding. After completing all the auction sale, they will get the amount, final amount. So they are, is it is possible for the narrator to pay the initial amount or advance amount for getting that picture? They are asking for it. There was a nice pickle to be in. So it is an idiom. What do you mean by that? It is a difficult situation for the narrator. Here was with 63 pounds in the world and not 500 pounds worth of securities, the purchaser of a picture which I didn't want for 4,050 guineas, the top price of the day. He is a person who has only 63 pounds and he is not able to provide any securities to get any loan amount from the bank, even for 500 pounds. But now he has become the highest bidder. Because he has told the amount here. What amount? No. What is the answer given by him? 4,050 guineas. It is the top price of the day. What he will do? Turning for some kindly support to my friend, I found that he had left me, but not as I feared at the moment from baseness, but as I afterwards discovered, in order to find a remote place in which to lean against the hall and laugh. Now there is no other go for the narrator, and he wants to get support or help from his friend, and he finds that his friend is not sitting next to him. And where is he then? He is leaning. Has gone to a remote place and he is leaning against the wall and he is looking at the narrator and laughing. Already, yes, the narrator's friend, he has already advised the narrator not to go for it. You are not having enough amount. You just watch and enjoy what is going on here. Do not take part in that bidding. He has already given this sort of advice to his friend. Am I right? But he has paid deaf ears. No, he has not given. He has not given importance to his friend's words, and he has taken part in the bidding, saying that he is ready to face any challenges of life. Now he has to solve the situation. Stunned and dashed as I was, I pulled myself together sufficiently to hand my card nonchalantly to the clerk who came for the millionaire collector's name, and then I set to pondering on the problem what to do next. What do you mean by that? To hand my just he has to hand over a card unconcernedly because he is not at all interested. Just he has taken part and he doesn't know what to do. He's doing that unconcernedly. Picture after picture was put up and sold. So they are showing picture after picture. They are showing different pictures. But I saw none of them. I was running over the names of uncles and other persons. I was running over the names of uncles and other persons from whom it might be possible to borrow, but was not. So just now they are showing different pictures. He is not at all interested in watching the pictures and listening to what is going on there. But instead, he's thinking about different persons, different uncles by from whom he can get the help. Okay, wondering if the money lenders who talk so glibly about note of hand only really mean it. If speculating on the possibility of confessing my poverty to one of the Christie staff and having the picture put up again. Okay. Money lenders know just they are smoothly and not sincerely what they are having that promissory note and they want the persons to fill it up. Okay. So here he is ready to confess his what is that mistake? What he is going to do? What kind of mistake he has done? He has taken part in that bidding without the required amount and he is ready to convey the same to the persons, authorities. That was the best way, and yet how could I do it after all the other bids I had made? The staff looked so prosperous and unsympathetic. He's not getting the proper situation to speak to the persons. Okay. The staff looked so prosperous and unsympathetic and no one would believe it was a mistake. If he says and conveys that it is a mistake, he has done that only by mistake, they will not believe it because he has taken part in that bidding, knowing that he is not having that enough amount. Am I right? A genuine mistake of such a kind would have been rectified once if he has done the same without the proper knowledge or anything. That mistake can be rectified, but his mistake cannot be rectified, he thinks. Meanwhile, the sale came to an end, and I stood on the outskirts of the little knot of buyers around the desk who were writing checks and giving instructions. He has reached the final part of that auction sale. What happens there? There are a lot of buyers and they are writing checks and they are getting instructions from the action persons. Naturally, I prefer to be the last. It was there that I was joined by a friend. But only for a moment, for on a look at my face, he rammed his handkerchief in his mouth and again disappeared. So just here, he wants to be the last person to meet the authorities because he has to he is not having the amount. How he will pay that amount to get the picture? So he becomes the last person. At the moment, he finds his friend in his side. But what happens to his friend then? He covers his face, mouth with his handkerchief, and he disappears again. Alone I was to breathe this awful weird. So he is alone there to put up with his own fate. Okay, I have never felt such a fool or had colder feet in all my life. So he feels that it is the worst mistake he has done in his life. I believe I should have welcomed a firing party. So he has invited a lot of problems. He has to face it. And then the unexpected happened. And I realized that a career of rectitude sometimes has rewards beyond the mere consciousness of virtue. So something happens unexpectedly. What happens then? So he thinks that honesty, if you are honest, you will be rewarded at last. That is the thing. A voice at my ear suddenly said, "Beg pardon, sir, but was you the gent that bought the big Daubini?" So someone is approaching him and he's asking a question. You are the person who bought that picture. Someone is approaching him and asking that question to him. I admitted it. Well, the gent who offered 4,000 guineas wants to know if you will take 50 guineas for your bid. So he's further, no, what happens that he comes there as a person to solve his problems. What he is asking, will you be ready to give you a picture if you are getting 50 guineas more than the amount you said? If ever a messenger, then what is the amount then? Yeah, 4,100 guineas. If ever a messenger of high gods wore a green baize apron and spoke in husky cockney tones, this was he. He considers him as a messenger of God. Finally, God has saved me. He has sent his messenger to save me from this problem, from this trouble. But he he is there in a coarse woolen mid coat, okay, and he's there to solve my problem. He's the person, he has found that person at last. I could have embraced him and wept for joy. Actually, what he has to do? He has to thank him for helping him out to come out of the problem. Would I take 50 guineas? Why? I would have taken 50 farthings. So just now he said, do you want me to take 50 guineas more to give you the picture? He's asking. But how near the surface and ready, even in the best of us, is worldly guile. Now he becomes cunning. Is that the most he would offer? I had the presence of mind to ask. So he finds that the person should be rich, or he should be representative of someone who is very rich, and he is ready to give any sort of amount, either it is very big or very cheap amount, to get that picture. Am I right? So he is there to buy that picture, and he thinks in his mind cunningly that will he be ready to give some more guineas to get that, apart from that 50 guineas already offered by the person? Will he be ready to give some more amount, some more guineas? So he is using his presence of mind, he says. It is not for me to say, he replied. No, trying for a bit more is that. So I would like to move further. I would like to ask for something more, he says. Tell him I will take 100, I said, and I got it. So he asked for 100 guineas. So he asked for extra 100 guineas. When I found my friend, I was laughing too, but he became grave at once on seeing the check. So finally, the deal is over. He's getting 100 guineas, and the person is handing over 4,050 guineas to that authority of action, and he's relieved from that problem. Well, I'm hanged, he said. Of all the luck, well, I'm hanged. Then he said, don't forget that if it had not been for me, you would not have come into Christie's at all. So his friend now, he joins with him and he says, I am the person, you should praise me for introducing you, taking you to this place, because he is the only person who has induced him to come inside the hall, Christie's hall. No, I shall never forget it, I said. It is indelibly branded in letters of fire on my heart. He says, it cannot be rubbed. So your name will be there in my heart forever. It cannot be erased or rubbed. Okay. My hair hasn't gone white, has it? So he feels proud for achieving something, but it is very dangerous. Am I right? What have you understand? What's your understanding from this close tight corners? So we come to know that the narrator and his friend, they are visiting what is that? They are visiting a auction sale at the shop called Christie's, and it is at the King Street. Am I right? So they are attending that, and initially they are looking at they become the silent listeners, to listen what is going on there. After some moment, the narrator he gets interested to take part in it, and he announces his amount in a bidding, and he becomes the second announcer. So there he feels that he should be the first person to announce the amount. There at that time there he will have some other chances to get relieved, because now he has become the final announcer of that sort of particular, of the bidding as far as that particular picture is concerned. He's waiting for that in what do you say, the initial person, that he will increase the amount further, but he's not doing it because he has shortest bolt. Am I right? And he their what do you say, auction sale is going continuing on for some other pictures. He's watching each and everything, but he's not taking anything to his mind. He's simply watching, but in his mind he's thinking about from whom he can get his help. He's thinking about his uncles who can help him in this problem. So at that time what happened, suddenly a person comes. So he's asking him, what kind of question is asking him? So he is asking the narrator to give him the picture and to get extra 50 guineas. Now the narrator, he makes use of his presence of mind in a good manner, and he asks for 100 guineas. Okay, and he gets that deal and he becomes successful. And actually it is not safe. Am I right? Now let us look at the lesson. Now let us see the lesson in Tamil. பார்க்கலாமா? என்ன பார்த்தோம்? முதல்ல அவங்க எல்லாம் பேசிட்டே இருக்காங்க. எதை பத்தி பேசிட்டு இருக்காங்க? டைட் கார்னர்ஸ்னா ஒரு கஷ்டமான சிச்சுவேஷன் எப்படி இருக்கும், அதுதான் டைட் கார்னர்ஸ். எதை பத்தி பேசிட்டு இருக்காங்க? ஒருத்தரோட லைஃப்ல ஒருத்தரோட கஷ்டம் எப்படி இருந்திருக்கு அப்படின்னு ஷேர் பண்ணிட்டே வரச்ச ஒருத்தரும் சொல்றான், எனக்கு வந்து அந்த அலையில மாட்டினேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்றான், அனிமல்ஸ் கிட்ட சிக்கினேன்னு ஒருத்தர் சொல்றான். என்னது அடுத்து, பர்னிங் ஹவுஸ்ல தீப்பிடிச்ச பில்டிங்ல மேல் டாப் ஸ்டோரியில நான் இருந்திருக்கேன். ஒருத்தரோட ப்ராப்ளமும் ஒரு மாதிரி இருக்கு. இது எல்லாமே வாட் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் டைட் கார்னர்ஸ் தே ஆர், பிசிக்கல் டைட் கார்னர்ஸ். இதெல்லாம் விட ரொம்ப மோசமா என்ன இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா மென்டல் டைட் கார்னர்ஸ் தான் ரொம்ப மோசமா இருக்கும்னு சொல்லி நரேட்டர் அவரோட எக்ஸ்பீரியன்சஸ் சொல்றாரு. அவரும் ஒரு ஃப்ரெண்ட் எங்க போறாங்க, கிறிஸ்டீஸ்னா என்னது, ஒரு ஆக்ஷன் ஹால், சேல் நடக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு இடம். அது எங்க இருக்கு அப்படின்னா கிங் ஸ்ட்ரீட்ல இருக்கு. சோ அவருக்கு இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இல்ல உள்ள போறதுக்கு, ஆனா கூட அவர் ஃப்ரெண்டு சொன்னதுனால ரெண்டு பேரும் உள்ள போறாங்க. உள்ள போயிட்டு அங்க என்ன நடக்குதுன்னு பாத்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. அப்ப மிட் 19th சென்ச்சுரி பிரெஞ்சு லேண்ட்ஸ்கேப் பெயிண்டிங்ஸ் எல்லாம் அங்க சேல் கொடுத்துட்டே இருக்காங்க. அப்ப நிறைய தீம்ஸ்ல அது வந்துட்டு இருக்கு, அதெல்லாம் பார்த்துட்டே இருக்காரு. சோ இனிஷியலி ரொம்ப கம்மியான அமௌண்ட்ல தான் போயிட்டு இருக்கு. இவர் என்ன பண்றாரு, இனிஷியலி பிடிங் நம்ம சும்மா சும்மா சொல்லுவோம் கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி அங்கங்க சொல்றாரு. சொல்லிட்டு அவருக்கு பிரச்சனை இல்லை, ஏன்னா இவரோட அமௌண்ட்டுக்கு அப்புறம் எக்ஸ்ட்ராவா யாராவது சொல்றா, அதனால அவருக்கு அதுல ப்ராப்ளமே வரல. அதுக்கப்புறம் அவர் தன்னை வந்து எப்படி காட்டிக்கிறாரு, அவர் ஒரு பிளாட்டோகிராட் மாதிரி பெரிய ரிச் பர்சன், நம்ம தான் பெரிய பணக்கார, கையில வந்து கேட்ட உடனே பணம் கொடுத்துற ஆள் மாதிரி கையில ரெடியா வச்சுன்ற மாதிரி காட்டிக்கிறாரு. ஆனா என்ன திடீர்னு அவருக்கு ஒரு அங்க மொத்த ஹாலுமே ஷாக் ஆயிடுது. அப்படின்னா ஒரு ஆள் வராரு, அவர் வந்து பயங்கரமான ஒரு அமௌண்ட், இது வரைக்கும் யாருமே ரீச் பண்ணாத ஒரு அமௌண்ட் அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணி இனிஷியல் அமௌண்ட் சொல்றாரு. எவ்வளவு அமௌண்ட் சொல்றாரு, 4000 guineas. சோ இப்ப இவர் ஆஸ் யூஷுவல் முன்னாடி பண்ணிருக்காரு இல்லையா, விளையாட்டுத்தனமா கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் சொல்லியிருக்காரு இல்லையா, அதே மாதிரி என்ன பண்றாரு, எக்ஸ்ட்ரா 50 guineas இங்க அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணிடுறாரு. அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணதுனால என்ன ஆகுது, அவருக்கு இவர் வெயிட் பண்றாரு, அவர் திருப்பி அகைன் சொல்லுவார், நம்மள சேவ் பண்ணுவாரு அப்படின்ட்டு. ஏன்னா இனிஷியலி பாத்தீங்கன்னா முதல்ல இனிஷியலா கொஞ்சம் அமௌண்ட்ல இருந்து கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா கிராஜுவலா ரைஸ் ஆகி அது ஃபைனலா ஜாஸ்தியான அமௌண்ட்டுக்கு போயிருக்கு. ஆனா இப்ப என்னன்னா ஆரம்பத்திலேயே ஜாஸ்தியான அமௌண்ட்டுக்கு போனதுனால அவரோட ஷார்டஸ்ட் போல்ட்னு சொல்றோம். அதாவது அவரோட ஃபைனல் அமௌண்ட் அவர் சொல்லியாச்சு, அவரோட மேக்சிமம் லிமிட் அவர் சொல்லியாச்சு, இதுக்கு மேல அவரால் இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ண முடியாது, அதனால அவர் சொல்லல. இப்ப இவருக்கு பயங்கர பிரச்சனை இல்லை, நம்ம மாட்டிட்டோம், இதுதான் மென்டல் டைட் கார்னர் என்னோட லைஃப்ல அப்படின்னு சொல்லி. சோ எப்படின்னா எப்படி சால்வ் பண்ண போறோம் அப்படின்னா, ஃப்ரெண்ட சொல்றாங்க, ஏற்கனவே நான் உங்ககிட்ட சொன்னேன், அவர் ஆக்சுவலி வார்ன் பண்ணியாச்சு, நான் பண்ணாதேன்னு அவர் சொல்லிட்டாரு, ஒரு விளையாட்டுத்தனமா பண்றாரு. இவ்வளவு அவரோட பேங்க் பேலன்ஸ் எவ்வளவு, 63 pounds. சோ அதுல வந்து எப்படி பே பண்ண முடியும்னு சொல்லி ரொம்ப வருத்தப்பட்டேன்னு கவலைப்பட்டேன்னு இருக்காரு. சோ போயிட்டே இருக்க, அட்வான்ஸ் கொடுக்குறேன் அப்புறமா பாத்துக்கலான்ற மாதிரி அவர் சைலண்டாவே இருக்காரு. சோ அடுத்து ஒரு பிக்சரா காட்டினே வர, யாராவது இன்ட்ரெஸ்டடா இருக்காங்க, பிடிங் பண்றாங்க, ஃபைனலா அவங்க எடுக்கிறாங்க, யாரோ ஒருத்தர் எடுத்துக்கிறாங்க, இது போயிட்டே இருக்கு ப்ராசஸ். ஃபைனலி அவங்க எல்லாம் ப்ராமிசரி நோட் பண்ணுவாங்க, இந்த பிக்சரை நான் இவ்வளவு அமௌண்ட்டுக்கு நான் வாங்கிக்கிறேன்னு ஒரு நோட் போடுவோம், அதை நோட் ஆஃப் ஹேண்ட்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, ப்ராமிசரி நோட் நம்ம சொல்லுவாங்க. அப்ப இவர் அதுக்கு பயப்படாரு, நம்ம எப்படி இந்த பணத்தை கொடுக்க போறோம், நம்ம கேட்பாங்களே, நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போறோம், தப்புன்னு போய் வாழ்க்கை போய் ஒத்துண்டுலாமா, தப்பு பண்ணிட்டேன்னு நம்மளோட இதை சொல்லிடலாமா அப்படின்னு யோசனை. தெரியாம பண்ணாதானே இதை தப்புன்னு சொல்ல முடியும். உங்ககிட்ட பணமே பாக்கெட்ல இல்ல, இப்ப நான் வச்சிட்டு இருந்தேன், தொலைஞ்சு போச்சு, திருடிட்டான் அப்படின்னா தெரியாம நான் தெரியல கவனிக்கலன்னு சொல்லணும்.
இல்லவே இல்லைன்னு உனக்கு தெரியும், பேங்க் பேலன்ஸே இவ்வளவுதான். அப்புறம் எப்படிடா எதுக்குடா நீ உள்ள வந்தது கூட பரவாயில்ல, எதுக்கு நீ பிடிங் பண்ணான்னு கேட்பான் இல்லையா? அப்ப தப்புன்னு எப்படி ஒரு எஸ்கேப் ஆக முடியும்? பிரச்சனையில நம்ம மாட்டிட்டா, அவளை பார்த்தா கூட ரொம்ப ஜென்ரஸா தெரியல, மன்னிச்சு விடுவான். ஆக்சுவலி என்னன்னா இவர் சொல்லலைன்னா முடியாதுன்னு சொன்னா அப்ப அகைன் வந்து யார்கிட்ட அதை விற்கிறதுக்கு ஆள் தேடுவோம். அது ஏத்துக்கவும் முடியாது ஈஸியா இல்லையா? புரியுறதா உங்களுக்கு? அப்ப முடியறது ஃபைனலா வந்து சேல் வந்து முடியறப்ப ஒருத்தரும் ரெடியா ஒருத்தரா வந்து அவங்களோட செக் அமௌண்ட் எழுதி எழுதி கொடுத்துட்டு அவங்க என்னென்ன பிக்சர் வேணுமோ அதெல்லாம் அவங்க வாங்கிட்டே போயிட்டே இருப்பாங்க. இவர் வந்து அதுல வந்து அந்த ஆர்டர்ல போகணும், ஒரு கடைசியில போகணும். ஏன்னா கடைசியில பார்த்தா கொஞ்சம் எஸ்கேப் ஆகிறதுக்கு ஏதாவது வழி கிடைக்குமா அப்படின்னு பார்த்துட்டே வர. இப்போ ஃப்ரெண்ட் வந்து திடீர்னு ஒரு பக்கத்துல வந்து நிக்கிறார். வந்து என்ன சொல்றாரு? ஒண்ணுமே சொல்லாம ஹேண்ட் கர்ச்சீஃப் வாயில கட்டின்னு அகைன் அங்க இருந்து போயிட்டார். அவர் என்ன சொல்றார்? ஃபைனலி ஹி ஹாஸ் டு சால்வ் தட் இஷ்யூ. என்ன சொல்றார்? டு ஃப்ரீ திஸ் ஆஃபுல் பியர்ட் டு புட் அப் வித் மை ஓன் ஃபேட்ன்னு சொல்றாரு. இவர் பண்ண தப்பு இவர் தான் சரி பண்ணி ஆகணும், இவர் தான் ஃபேஸ் பண்ணி ஆகணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவார். அவரோட லைஃப்ல இவ்வளவு முட்டாள்தனமா அவர் நடந்துட்டதே இல்லைன்னு சொல்லி அவரும் ஃபீல் பண்றாரு. அப்பதான் எதிர்பாராம ஒரு அன்எக்ஸ்பெக்டடா ஒரு விஷயம் நடக்கிறது. என்னது? திடீர்னு அவருக்கு ஹானஸ்டியா நம்ம லைஃப் லாங் ஹானஸ்டி நம்மளோட பிரின்சிபலா இருந்தா நமக்கு கண்டிப்பா கடைசியா ரிவார்ட் கிடைக்கும் அப்படின்னு அவர் நினைக்கிறேன். ஆனா இவர் பண்ணதுக்கு கொஞ்சம் தப்பு தான். இனிஷியலி அது வந்து அவர் நல்லதா இருந்ததுனால அவருக்கு அதை எஸ்கேப் ஆகிறதுக்கு சான்ஸ் கிடைச்சிருக்குன்னு அவர் கேட்கிறார். அப்ப அவரை வந்து ஒரு பர்சன் அப்ரோச் பண்ணி, நீங்க தானே அந்த பிக்சரை வாங்கினீங்க 4050 கினீஸ்க்கு உங்களுக்கு தானே கிடைச்சிருக்கு அப்படின்னு அவர் கேட்கிறார். ஆமா அப்படின்னு அவர் அக்செப்ட் பண்ணிக்கிறார். அப்ப என்ன சொல்றாரு? உங்களுக்கு நான் எக்ஸ்ட்ரா 50 கினீஸ் கொடுத்தா எனக்கு அந்த பிக்சர் நீங்க கொடுத்துருவீங்களா அப்படின்னு கேட்கிறேன். இப்பதான் அவர் வந்து நம்ம அப்பாடா நமக்கு இவர் தான் காட், நமக்கு கடவுள பார்த்து பகவானா பார்த்து அனுப்பின மெசஞ்சர், நம்மளை காப்பாத்துப்பான்னு சொல்லி அனுப்பியிருக்காரு. நம்ம புடிச்சுக்கணும்னு அவர் தான் புரிஞ்சுட்டார். முதல்ல இனிஷியலி ஓகேன்ற மாதிரி தான் அவர் பேசுறாரு. அப்ப அவருக்கு வந்து அந்த சிச்சுவேஷன் நம்மளா இருந்தா ஒண்ணுமே பண்ணிருக்க மாட்டோம்ல, சரின்னு சொல்லிருக்கோம். அவர் இப்ப அங்க கூட அவருக்கு பிரசன்ஸ் ஆஃப் மைண்ட் வேலை செஞ்சிருக்கு. இவன் வந்து எவ்வளவு பணம் கொடுத்தாலும் வந்து எவ்வளவு அடிச்சாலும் தாங்குவாங்க மாதிரி எவ்வளவு கேட்டாலும் கொடுத்துருவான் போல இருக்கு. இன்னும் எக்ஸ்ட்ராவா நம்ம கேட்டா கூட நம்ம கொடுத்துருவான்னு சொல்லிட்டு என்ன சொல்றாரு? 100 கினீஸ் எனக்கு எக்ஸ்ட்ரா வேணும்னு கேட்கிறேன். அப்ப அந்த டீல் அவர் ஓகே பண்ணிட்டு இந்த பணம் கொடுத்து அவர் வாங்கிட்டார் இந்த பிக்சர். இப்போ இவருக்கு 100 கினீஸ் இவருக்கு கிடைச்சிடுறது. 4050 கினீஸ் கொடுத்து அவர் அந்த பிக்சர் அவருக்கு கிடைச்சிருது. மொத்தமா இவர் வந்து இதுல இருந்து ப்ராப்ளம்ல இருந்து வந்தாச்சு. இப்போ ஒரு ஃப்ரெண்டு கேட்கிறார், பரவாயில்லையே உனக்கு இது கிடைச்சதுக்கு நான் தானே காரணம், நான் தானே வந்து உனக்கு உள்ள கூட்டின்னு வந்தேன், இந்த ஹால்குள்ள கூட்டின்னு வந்தது நான் தானே, என்னால தானே உள்ள அந்த சொல்றேன் லைஃப்ல வந்து நான் மறக்கவே மாட்டேன், என்னோட மனசுல அது எப்பயுமே இருக்கும்னு சொல்லிட்டு he feels very happy for what has happened in his life. This is the prose type corners written by E.V. Lucas. Now let us look at the discussion questions. The narrator heard his own voice saying "150." What does this suggest? Question number 1. And question number 2, what was the narrator's financial condition? What was the narrator's financial condition? My dear students, I hope you all have understood this lesson. What is the name of the lesson? Side corners, clearly. Let us all meet in our next interesting session. Thank you.